But we're going to begin with Massachusetts Governor Deval Patrick, who's in Richmond, Massachusetts, and former Bush administration Solicitor General Ted Olson, who joins us from Ellison Bay, Wisconsin. Gentlemen, a Gallup poll out Friday shows that 60% of Americans say the president's support for same-sex marriage will have no impact on whether or not they'll vote for him, versus 26% who say it will make them less likely to vote for him, and 13% who say they are more likely to vote for him because of this announcement. I want to go first to Ted Olson, the conservatives' conservative, the founder of the Federalist Society, George Bush's Solicitor General. But you, Mr. Olson, joined with David Boies to argue in federal court that California's ban on gay marriage should be overturned, a case that may well go now to the Supreme Court. You've also been very active in Republican politics over the years, so I want to ask you to start here. What is your advice now to Mitt Romney and Republicans in general on how to handle the statement that the president made?
Well, I think it's very important for everyone, Republicans and Democrats alike, liberals and conservatives, to recognize that the right of individuals who love one another to get married and to be respected and treated with equality and dignity is exceedingly important. The more people understand that people have been waiting for years for the opportunity for their relationships to be treated equally and so that they can form a loving household is exceedingly important. And it's an American value, and we should all recognize that.
Do you think it was a smart political move for the president? Because many people, and most polls show that gay and lesbian voters would have voted for him anyway. Is this going to help him politically, or will it hurt him?
Bob, no one asked me for political advice. I would say that it's an important statement as an American, as the President of the United States, to recognize the equality and dignity of our gay and lesbian brothers and sisters and friends and neighbors. That's what's important, not what was right or wrong or popular or unpopular politically. I don't know about politics. I do know about human rights and constitutional rights, and on that basis, I think the president did the right thing, and I'm very glad he did it.
I would argue with you on one thing. I think you do know about politics, but we won't go into that right now. Governor Patrick, many religious voters, including many black voters, are opposed to same-sex marriage. Is this issue going to threaten and hurt the president politically?
I don't think so, Bob, and I want to thank Ted for his clear and principled position on this issue, and it's consistent with the president's clear and principled position on the issue because it's about convictions. It's not about politics. You know, I dealt with something similar in Massachusetts when I was running the first time and dealing with black clergy, and the point I made to them is the same point the president makes to voters nationally, which is that we don't have to agree on everything before we work together on anything. People get that this is about human dignity. And I applaud the president for standing up for human dignity. That is an American value, and it's a real indication of this president's leadership.
Well, some Republicans have said, and we may hear this, I suspect, in just a minute or two from some of the other folks on the panel, that this really is going to galvanize, in some ways, Governor Romney's support, because there were a lot of people on the right side of the Republican Party that were not quite sure of him on social issues. Do you think some social conservatives who might have been just lukewarm about Mitt Romney may now come right over and say, I really like the guy now?
Well, they may. It's, those are voters, I suspect, who are not likely to vote for the president anyway, unless they vote their interests, which are economic interests, and this president is foursquare with them and standing with them in this election and in office. I think what we know is that Mitt Romney has occupied many positions on many issues, and he has, back in 1994 when he was running for the United States Senate, he said publicly that he would be better than Ted Kennedy on gay and lesbian issues. He takes a different position in front of a different audience today. I think conservative voters know that about Mitt Romney. I think the American people know that about Mitt Romney, as distinct from Barack Obama, who is running on and leading through a set of convictions.
Mr. Olson, let me ask you, do you intend to, in fact, support Mitt Romney this time around?
I fully expect to, yes. I think that he would make a great president, and he's very, very strong on so many things that I believe in and so many things that the American people believe in. I think that with respect to this issue, This issue is evolving, and the more that the American people understand we're talking about the human heart and the dignity of our brothers and sisters, more and more people will come around and decide to allow individuals the right to marry the person that they love.
All right. Well, I want to thank both of you.